From a potato.
Shame we're not making potatoes. Welcome to those of you tuning in for... Shoot, what was it? We're in Canada, so... Canned food?
Canuck.
Oh.
I see what you did there.
Despite that, I am making Korean food. Who let me?
Friday will be Italian if it makes it any better.
Let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, I've got pork shoulder, sliced kind of thin here. I'd use something a little different if I was back home in the States, but it's fine. You go to an Asian mart, you're gonna find pretty much the same thing. Look at that. So it's still a little frozen, that's okay. It'll make it a little easier to cut. Sharp knife. And go ahead, and we only need to make one cut, thankfully. We're gonna go right down the center. There we go. Alright, so next, I'm gonna take our mixing bowl. I'm gonna take a slab of meat. And this is the most tedious part. We're just gonna peel. It's gonna be fire.
Fucking better be.
It's gonna be lit. Hono, fuego. Other languages words for fire.
Actually having an issue trying to remember what it is in French.
See, while this pork might be frozen still, it's not quite like the snow outside.
No, not quite.
I am making Korean spicy pork. Okay. Canadian? Korenada?
I like that one.
Korenada.
Coronada.
Alright, and through the miracle, no, the defroster, and my lack of patience, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. So, here we are. We've had a little bit of a continuity error. May have skipped out on literally all the prep, but that's okay. It's alright. We got our pork. My hands were burning red, and their loud roar told me to grasp delicious food.
This hand of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to grasp
Delicious food. So, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get the pan nice and hot. Oil in. And then we wait. A little bit of black pepper. And of course, a bit of sea salt. Man, I have an Ignis shirt from Final Fantasy 15 where he's doing the Salt Bay thing. You'll get to see that in another video. And I'm just gonna glop it in.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
See that? You hear that? That is a sound of love. Love and deliciousness.
Screaming, Carl.
Screaming and then silence.
That's the sound of people dying, Carl. Exactly.
Alright, so now we've got this pork and onion and all of this mix in the pan. That's gonna cook relatively fast since I've got it on high. We're getting that nice cooked color out of that pork. Those onions are starting to cook down too. Now, you might ordinarily be a little worried about overcooking the meat because the onions didn't get to go in and sweat first, but that's okay. What you really want, the secret to Korean barbecue, is you gotta create that char with the sauce. You gotta get that a little burnt, and that's where the magic happens. That's where the gold is. Admin here are working on some green onions. So this pork has proceeded nicely. We've let a little bit of time pass. Those onions are getting nice and translucent. I didn't say they were yet. And I've added a little bit of the whites of the green onion so that they can get a little bit of extra flavor and appearance. That's a secret. Onions is another secret.
Onions have layers.
Onions help add a nice sweet flavor to your dish, a nice savory profile. And also, if you don't know, onion juice is tenderizing for meats.
Those lemon?
Yes. Onions, pineapple, apples, things like that, orange and citrus, those will all help break down meats. Honey is also one of those things that will help break down meats. You will get a much more tender and soft meat if you do. Fun fact, you can marinate a slab of steak with just raw onions, no sauce. If you leave it to sit long enough and mince the onions fine enough. What you want to do then is you want to cut and score the steak so that you can really knead the onions in, but that raw onion juice will go to work. Alright, so that sauce is beginning to boil. Just about finished. Alright, so we're at about a point where we want to taste test this. Make sure our flavors are everywhere they need to be.
Hopefully in the pot.
So, taste test. It's got a nice heat. It's got a nice sugar sweetness to it, which will only get stronger as we cook it. However, I feel it could use a little bit more. So let's go ahead and bring in a little bit more honey. Then we're gonna add just a little bit, touch of soy, darken it up slightly.
Well, only that is salt enhances the flavors you already have.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you drink soy sauce. You're just enhancing yourself.
Yes.
I like it.
And not because I'm a salty bitch. That's beside the point. Because the goal is for this to be liquid fine. I'm kidding. I've gone ahead and turned this off. Residual heat's kind of finish it up. We're about ready to serve. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I've got a little bit of pork, a little bit of rice. I'm gonna go ahead and slap down a couple of Korean side dishes. All right, a real Korenadian dish. All right, I'm done. I'm hungry. I'm leaving. Bye.